I'm Kwang-sam Kim, the producer of Black Desert PlayStation 4 and Xbox One.
So big news! You guys are finally releasing on PS4. Talk a little bit about your release on the PS4.
So we just released the PlayStation 4 version of Black Desert today, and then fundamentally and basically, PlayStation 4 version is the same game with the Xbox One game, but we just start with a little smaller region and smaller amount content, and then we're gonna just expand it really quickly so that we can just catch up with the Xbox One version content, because Xbox One was released like almost like a half year ago, so there are more regions and more classes and a lot more contents right now. But at the beginning, actually, we didn't want to just put everything just in the game, just for the all newbie users. So we kind of started a little smaller, and also, though actually it's the same content, eventually we actually also just tuned it a little bit so that actually it can run smoothly on PlayStation 4, of course. And also, we sometimes just rearrange the order of like updating content so that people can feel a little difference here and there. But eventually, so we're gonna catch up with the content that Xbox One version has.
Do you have any plans for crossplay between Xbox and PS4?
So it's hard to say yes or no right now, because definitely there are a difference in the content amount between the two versions, and of course there are a lot more advanced users on Xbox One. But as I said, actually, we're gonna try to update content as fast as actually we can, so that we can just catch up with the Xbox One content in the near future. And probably when actually the content across the console platforms is almost the same, then probably it's a time actually we can start considering, whether actually we're gonna do crossplay. If so, actually how we're gonna make that happen. So for now, I really can't say yes or no, but yeah, when actually we have the same content across the platforms, then we're gonna think about it.
MMO games usually find their home on PCs with keyboard and mouse because there's a lot of controls. Your game is on consoles. What are some of the challenges when developing an MMO for console?
Yeah, so of course it was a big challenge, and it was not an easy task just to make all the controls work well on console platforms. But in fact, actually Black Desert, probably even like on the PC version, had a little different controls on the keyboard actually compared to other MMORPGs, because a lot of MMORPGs uses 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like very kind of linear line, like a finger controls just to do something. Yeah, but actually just to use like all the different combat combos in Black Desert, actually it's more like an action in a game type of keyboard controls. Like you have to move your fingers like forward and left, or left, right. So actually the combos were actually really just not optimized for. Not really optimized, so not the same as actually other MMORPGs like a keyboard controls. So maybe actually the Black Desert controls, just originally on PC, was actually not that different, from the console controls, like you just move, with your joysticks. So actually, it was, it works pretty well, for console versions, I think. Mm-hmm.
It is born suitable for the console, because in the difference from the another MMORPG and the Black Desert, in Black Desert, there's a gear score has some limitations, and the limitation is not changed so far. The Kizaka gear and the Kizaka weapon is the most powerful weapon in the Black Desert world for 3 years, because it is not changed. So if you wanted to kill someone by your gear score, gear power, it's not so easier, because power cap is not changing. So, most important part of the Black Desert is how you control, how you combo, and how you dodge, and how you block and attack in the back, your back step on the back attack. It's moving like someone, and the knockdown and airborne and attacks is very important. So that's why we think Black Desert will be suitable for the console. That's why. So I think, and I converted to the Black Desert console, And I think that it is important that we must get in aspect of action game. Think as this is not RPG, MMORPG like a top-down or something. This is a chase view or back view, over shoulder view, action game like another games, like another action and kill something like.
Devil May Cry.
Yeah, Devil May Cry. There's make me 20 or 30 skills for each classes and maybe the 18 classes in the game. So I think it is a kind of action game if you think.
So let's talk a little bit technology, because most MMOs, like Warcraft, for example, you have an invisible circle around you and you're attacking at an invisible range where numbers are just rolling in the background. Your game's a lot different. It's a lot more dynamic. Like you said, it's like an action game where a lot of stuff's happening in real time and you can react to it. How has the updates in server technology helped you achieve this, something that wasn't achievable 15 years ago?
So actually, that's one of the core technologies we have just to support that. And Dale Kim, the founder of Perlabis, actually is really one of the experts in that technology. So he actually created like a lot of like action-oriented like MMORPGs, like even in his like early career. So he created like Real Online and other like action MMORPGs in Korea, where actually he really tried to create this like in a very sophisticated like a combat action combats in MMORPG in network settings. So actually that's actually one of the technologies we're very proud of, and actually that's kind of core, that we needed just to build a game like Black Desert.
Certain mechanics in games lend themselves to certain regions. For like EU, I would say Counter-Strike. For like UK, World of Tanks. In America, we have Fortnite, of course. What are some of the challenges when creating an MMO to make sure that it's accessible to everyone globally?
So actually, I actually joined this company like pretty recently, like 2 years ago. So probably I'm not the best person just to talk about that like from that angle. But if I have to say about it, then I think anyways Black Desert is all about quality and product quality. So I think actually, how should we became like pretty successful across, some different regions is actually because it really offered like really great quality of the game content. So compared to that, I don't think we really had a lot of know-hows on how to market the product, and we didn't have a lot of marketing resource and all the business side resource actually when we first launched Black Desert in other countries. So maybe that was a little challenging for the team. But now actually we're kind of learning things like through our live service experience, and we're still kind of exploring how should we can make the game like accessible all across the different regions, and how should we can be loved by all the players over the world. So we're still learning and exploring.
The last question is, what do PS4 players have to look forward to in the upcoming, expansions and add-ons that Xbox players already have? Can you give us kind of a roadmap of when those will hit PS4 and when they can look forward to playing them?
So our plan is just to update as fast as we can, just to catch up with the PC version content and Xbox One version content on PlayStation 4. So just to name a few, within this year, so for the rest of the year, we're actually planning to update like 2 big regions, Valencia and Camaselvia. Actually, these were like really big updates on PC. But we're gonna update these 2 regions within this year, and also we are planning to update 9 new classes. So we started with 6 classes on PlayStation 4, but we're gonna update like 9 more classes within this year as well. And also, we are not really following the order of the content update actually we did on Xbox One or PC. So we're gonna update like some recent content we updated on PC versions, such as Adventure Log or Dark Rift, because actually they were getting a really good reaction from the players, and we thought actually it's kind of worth just trying those content a little sooner on PlayStation 4.
And then last question, because I have to ask, any plans for Nintendo Switch?
I can't tell you. I can't tell.
I'm not hearing a no.
Yeah.